Welcome back to DYT Sports. As we promised at the beginning of the season, more baseball clips. And to do more baseball clips, I go for like my daily goal, which is to get Jesus. I almost called you Carlos because your brother, Jesus Godoy on the show. Because Jesus Godoy is, I mean, your brother doesn't have nearly as good of a beard yet.
Exactly. He's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but we're going to talk a lot of shit about Carlos stuff. No, I'm just joking. In general, though, Jesus, there's been a lot of good baseball news, and nothing more amazing to me than the Miguel Montero Cubbies incident. And the context of that, in short, was the Nationals stole every base on the Cubbies pretty much earlier this week. And Miguel Montero, even more context, like was the backup catcher to David Ross, one of the most loved veteran players in the MLB, and for what it's worth, a veteran player who is still able to play. Like if you remember Posada.
And apparently dance.
Could he dance?
Wasn't he on Dancing with the Stars?
That's right, he did Dancing with the Stars. See, this is why we look at the context, man.
See, guys, good footwork. Baseball, you need good footwork, and you might end up dancing somewhere.
I'm a big fan of Dancing with the Stars. I really like.
That's embarrassing, bro. Just what are you talking about? Keep going.
You bring up Dancing with the Stars. You know
hey,
about
man, that's just a small trivia fact, man. I'm just helping your show out.
That's embarrassing. But so in general, he plays behind David Ross. But unlike Jorge Posada, when he was 75 years old behind the plate with a walker, like he couldn't actually throw to second base. But so fast
forward. That's normal for catchers, right? You have a peak in your season, and Montero's been in the league, what, 10, 11 years. And he peaked, and he's just a backup catcher. And then for him to do this as a veteran catcher, you gotta laugh about this guy, because keeping it real, as a Dodger fan here in the West, we hated Montero. He was a fucking.
Of course, he was on the Diamondbacks.
Exactly.
Nobody liked him on the Diamondbacks.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He was such a hateable player. Did he kill us sometimes? Yes, especially last year. So, so that just adds to the bank of bad memories with Montero. So I kind of laughed about what happened. It was kind of funny. You're like, oh my God.
That whole Dodgers roster, man, it's just like such stand-up class act guys, like at second base, veteran players with some gray hair, just really, really genuinely good people.
You gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go. That was years ago.
Never was actually.
He even got his own rule now.
It was
you can't even fight against that guy.
He did get a rule. Do you think he gets remembered for being a great baseball player? Because he is the definition of a great baseball player historically, or the rule? Like, is he gonna get?
Now it's gonna go hand in hand. Every time you mention his name, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's who they named it after."
Is he gonna get Lou Gehrig'd? Like people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's a disease." When you look at Lou Gehrig, you're like, "God, he's one of the greatest players ever." But most people will be like, "The disease?"
Yeah.
Isn't that messed up? No. Are they gonna be like the slide rule guy? Yeah, he won a World Series.
He's that guy now.
He's that guy. Hopefully, he's a terrible person. No, I'm just kidding. But Montero threw. I like how Jeff Passan put it on Yahoo Sports. He drove the bus over Jake Arrieta.
Yeah.
And then he backed it up and drove it over him again. And then he said once again he backed it up just to see if it was still there.
Yeah.
And drove over him
just
again.
In case he wasn't clear. He says, "Hold on, have you heard me?" Okay.
So on top of everything, so he blamed Jake Arrieta for the reason that the Nationals stole 7 bases against the Cubbies, including what's his name too. But was it Trey Turner before he got injured? Had like 4 steals in the series.
But has anybody caught Trey Turner? Like keeping it real, has anybody? So you gotta give that one exactly. You can't even hope to get that guy.
But so he blames slow delivery. But so Montero blames slow delivery, and the Cubbies just demote him. And on top of everything, I was showing our intern before, Jake Arrieta is not the person to throw under the bus. Now, I have no proof of this statement, but just look up pictures of him and tell me if you've ever seen him smile. Like, it's the type of player.
It's behind the beard. Like, it's probably buried.
The type of player I want.
I'm really frowning behind this beard.
Actually, remember when he was playing? Like, it's the middle of like October. It's 40 degrees in Chicago. It's windy in Chicago, and this guy's wearing short sleeves without even breaking and he's not even breaking a sweat. He's just cold-blooded. I like that ability in a pitcher. I think that's somebody you want on your team. But still, don't throw him under the bus.
But then, after the whole thing, remember what Rizzo said after? He called them out too, where like, okay, we have this other catcher who catches Lester, and everybody knows what happens with Lester. Everybody runs out. He doesn't even throw it, and he still gets people out. So tell me, like, as a team, you'd be like, okay, I can't throw anybody out. Keep in mind, Montero in the season, and he's only backup, right? He's only caught 1 person, I think, out of like 30 steals. So this guy has a history of like, all right, you're done. You're like, You should have just kept your mouth shut and collected your paycheck. I mean, he probably will still get it.
It also seems like with the demotion too, like I wouldn't be surprised if the Cubbies are looking to swap him at the deadline when it comes up around the corner.
Who wants that guy at this point? But I mean,
somebody, pair him with somebody who can't throw anybody out, and boom. There you go.
Well,
the thing is, like catchers get injured so much. I can see that if by the time we get to the deadline, if anybody does, or backup catchers get injured too. So if anybody gets injured, that's where he'll end up going.
Unless you're the Dodgers, you make that kind of trade in the middle of the deadline.
Don't trade.
They traded AJ Ellis last year, so right in the middle, which was but you see that was different. Ellis was a clubhouse guy. Kershaw loved like Ellis, and he kept them on the team as long as he could. And then he hit a point, I'm sure, where the ownership was like, "Hey, we just can't keep the guy anymore. We're going to trade him." And I think with Montero, he's such a hateable guy that nobody was going to go, like, hate the pun, but go to bat for it. You know what I mean? But I mean it sucks. But that's
now puns.
Yeah, but it sucks. But in baseball, that's so key, man. The clubhouse is so important, and you could also tell that was also stemming from last year. I think Montero made some comments, and Madden didn't like it about the way they used him last year. So, all right, this guy was like, he just had one foot in the door, like, bye,
Get out. Get out. And speaking of the Dodgers, Jesus likes the Dodgers.
Just a little.
No big deal. They're Dodgers fans. Edwin likes the Dodgers. No big deal. Even JR likes the Dodgers. We do live in Dodgerville, and truthfully, it's a Dodgers town. Like, I mean, I think it is either tied with or right below the Lakers in terms of like love in the city.
Right.
People really love the Lakers.
It's really split down the middle.
I think, people really love the Dodgers too. Nobody really cares about the Rams.
Yeah.
Or the Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers, guys. We're so excited.
I gotta say, I think the
Raiders are coming.
The Rangers are coming?
The Raiders are coming.
The Raiders. They're going to Vegas. We would have taken the Raiders. Raiders seem great. But the Cody Bellinger is good at baseball.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is I like that we have this battling of coasts here because Aaron Judge has taken over the entirety of the Eastern Seaboard when it comes to how much land, the amount of distance his baseballs have traveled. If you actually look at the StatCast, there's just 500 footers after 500 footers. But that doesn't go to undersell how great and remarkable Cody Bellinger's been since he's been called up. And that's paired with another player who last year the Dodgers had set the entire base paths on fire in Corey Seager, who's a little banged up, but is also having a good season. Jesus, where are you hiding and stashing these guys? Like, was Bellinger, I pay a lot of attention to baseball, but Bellinger, I didn't think getting called up was going to be this.
Yeah, it's amazing that kid's trajectory. Like, he started, I think, in half season, single A baseball, and his learning curve just took off, I think. He was selected in the 4th round.
Trouts.
And then it's just amazing how he's just lighting everybody with his long swing. Everybody talks about his long swing. It's really like, I mean, unconventional, is that like a real word now with everybody having such a different like stance? But for a kid at 21, you're like, Jesus Christ, you could really pull that damn bat from the back of your, like as far back as you can and swing it through the zone.
First of all, we're talking about baseball, so like how short people's memories are that like unconventional swings. The 90s were dominated with unconventional.
Yeah, exactly.
Gary Sheffield had a conventional swing. Craig Counsell had a conventional swing.
Right.
Holding the bat all the way back here.
Julio Franco,
touching
the wide open stance.
Julio Franco is still hitting bombs.
Exactly, and look at how well it's worked for him well into your 50s.
Fred McGriff, Vlad Guerrero used to swing at everything. Jeff Bagwell.
Jesus Christ.
Bagwell was stumped down.
Yeah.
Remember Chuck Knobloch?
Remember steroids?
So look.
I hate to bring that up.
Are you kidding? I'm saying bring steroids back to baseball.
I didn't need to bring that up, guys.
Bring steroids back to baseball. Like Johnny Peralta was taking steroids. I'm not sure if he got better or worse.
Okay, hold on. But look at how it is right now. Baseball's fucking smashing right now. Like they're on pace to break the home run record.
And what do fans love more than anything else?
So
home runs.
Have they figured out something else, or are these kids now? Like it's amazing how many young players there is now at that level, and how fast they could move them up.
Yeah.
It's amazing now. It's just, and you're so used to seeing the same lineup year after year for, that was over 5-10 years ago. You're used to seeing that lineup regular. Like you knew who was your leadoff, who was your third slot, who was your cleanup, and now it's like they shuffle, batting orders because they're playing all the matchups, and they have the young kids in the farm and the the waiver system, the way they move them up and down is
yeah, that was the big thing with also the 10-day DL change.
Right.
It used to be 15-day DL, so now you can kind of stream more pitchers, which means you do see, and also just position players. So you do see a couple more youth call-ups.
Right.
And in baseball, man, if you put together a series, a 3-game series, and you play well, it's enough to tell some managers, hey, let's run the 20-year-old or the 22-year-old for a couple more games, depending on what position you're in. What's so interesting about the NL West is that like the Diamondbacks, the Rockies, and the Dodgers are all like half a game apart.
Right.
All of which have better.
The Rockies kind of fell apart.
Did the Dodgers sweep?
Sorry, guys, we kind of slapped you guys around. Like, get the fuck out of here. God, sorry. But man, they worked them.
Very, very soft slap.
And that's home run ball. And Bellinger had like, I don't know, 12 home runs in a 3-game series. I mean, it felt that way.
Like how Jesus calls these 15 home runs in a 1-game series.
But going back to what we started with, as far as like the Aaron Judge on the East and Bellinger and the Young Farm in Dodgerville. But not only that, you still have Trout in Anaheim. You know what I mean? You got
hopefully not for long.
I know. Hopefully we can save
Trout's
somebody
sake.
save that kid. Yeah. But also all the kids in Houston. So it's like I think youth baseball or
plus additionally, I guess we'll leave it on this because we're probably going too long anyway. Yeah. But the Pujols is going to be the 3rd player in baseball history, maybe the 4th, with 600 home runs, 3,000 hits and 2,000 RBIs. Like that is an unbelievable accomplishment as one of the greatest hitters ever. But he, like at once the day he left the Cardinals and playoff baseball diminished from his career, it just sank. Like, and it's not sad because like he's got such a storied career.
Steroids. People like feel they expect the same productivity when people are hit their late 30s. It's just not realistic.
Barry
unless you're Bartolo Colon, I guess.
35 years old and just like quadrupled his hit average.
He's on a different regimen, as we all knew.
What are you saying?
Come on, we all know.
He beefed up. He ate some cheeseburgers.
Come on. His head grew in your late 30s. You know what I mean?
That's Max Kellerman's mistake. He goes, no, I don't think there's anything. I think it's coincidence that at 35 years old, he tripled his batting average in OBP.
Yeah, no way.
And also put on like all mass.
But with Pujols, I think I think you're just looking at the market value as far as him being like hitting the 600 home runs in an Angels uniform, and they get to add that to your stadium.
It's a 10-year contract, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He signed at 31.
The guy to keep hitting the same pace he was hitting in his mid to early 30s, no way, you know what I mean? So, I mean, a lot of baseball going around.
How about them Dodgers, Jesus? Is this the year? It's too early.
It's too early, man.
It's too early.
So here's the thing.
I think it's Yankees-Dodgers. I know I'm crazy. Yankees-Dodgers,
I don't even know if Bellinger's on the All-Star official roster yet.
I think he
would very likely.
Judge will be
and
there.
everybody, or he's probably, exactly.
With Stanton and Judge, right?
But look, it's hard for me to get super excited about Bellinger, even though he's shown great numbers in the first 50 games of his career. It's amazing, right? But remember what happened with Peterson, and then people need to remember, it's about the grind. The second half is gonna be important. Pitchers are gonna figure him out, you know what I mean? People are gonna adjust. The kid still strikes out a lot, you know what I mean?
Well, expect.
And remember what happened with Peterson, like I said, he had a hot start when he first came out. He made the All-Star. He was in home run derby, and then the second half he just hit a fucking wall. You know what I mean? So could that happen to Bellinger? I hope not.
Couldn't happen though.
But it could. But with Aaron Judge, man, the whole exit velocity of his balls. It's funny when you say it.
Scary.
Children. That kid. I mean, he's officially like a superstar, and we're gonna see him like for a few years. My concern with Aaron Judge, and this is just keeping it real.
Too big?
6'7", 275 on a baseball grind. That's a lot of weight to carry. I think. I don't know. I mean,
but the only thing is, at any point they can just DH the hell out of him.
Totally.
Or first base. He's pretty spry though. Like he's made some catches in the outfield this year that you go.
Yeah, but one of those catches you run into somebody. I mean, we saw what happened with Puig and Peterson.
If he runs into somebody, the other player is dead.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to risk that with
there's
somebody
no
on your
coming
team?
back. Are you kidding?
Accidentally run over somebody.
One of the best things on Deadspin all year was the just how big is Aaron Judge? So they just put up some pictures of just him next to people.
It's crazy to see that giant in baseball.
Him next to Jose Altuve.
And then you see Altuve, exactly. That's why I love baseball, man. You figure out a skill and you're good at it.
I would love baseball if the Mets could not ruin my life anymore and send me into psychiatric care for the rest of.
Sounds like a personal problem, bro.
It's not a personal. We're bringing back sexy though, so it's okay. Bartolo.
No.
Yes.
He's gone, bro. Minor leagues.
Nah, dude, he's coming back to the next.
The end is near.
Comment below. The end is near.
Yeah, come on, bro. He's done.
He's doing the Coney Island hot dog. All
right.
Thank you, Jesus Godoy.